Hi, my name is Margaret Johnson. I'm a Canadian independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today we're going to be focusing on Stampin' Basics 101, stamping with background images. So sometimes when you get those background images, they're so large that they're really hard to get a good clear stamped image all the way around when you're stamping. So I'm not going to show you this whole card, but I'm just going to show you the basics of how you're going to create a clear image stamping a big background stamp like that. So let's just set that card aside. So today for our background, we're going to be using the hardwood stamp set. So as you can see, it's quite large. It fits the whole card front, and I've got the clear mount, so it fits on the largest clear mount block available. That is block F. Just shows it along the side there. So the way I like to do my background images is by placing my stamp facing up. This way I have control over inking it, stamping it, everything. So we're going to use soft suede. You can use any of the browns. Great color for the hardwood image. So let's just ink that up really well. The thing is the ink pads aren't quite as large as the stamp is, so sometimes you do get slight lines from where your ink pad is touched, especially if you're dabbing like that. I'm going to set that aside. So this is where the trick comes to getting a really good clear image. So you've pre-cut your cardstock, you're leaving this facing up, you're going to gently, and I like to just curve it a little so I have control. Curve it, press down, grab a scrap piece of paper. I usually take printer paper that has scribble scrabble on it that I don't need, and you're just gonna rub all along the edges, outside edges there, and all along the center. So this prevents you from having to flip the stamp over and trying to put enough pressure on that stamp pressing down onto your cardstock, not getting a clear image, and it also keeps you from getting ink all over yourself. So this is my quick and easy way of stamping backgrounds. So just take off that scrap paper, lift up your background, and there's your image. Good and solid and bright, not missing anything. So that's the easy way. Now, of course, here's another little tip. These stamps are so big. It's really hard. They pretty much just fit inside the Stampin' Scrub. So it's hard to be able to move it about and clean it. So what I like to do first is I like to take some non-alcoholic, alcohol-free, unscented baby wipes. So you'll just take one baby wipe and give this a good scrub down. You would not believe the amount of ink that comes off this. I'm always shocked. You give it a good scrub and you go over it with the clean side. And you still have quite a bit of ink coming up. So it goes to show how much ink actually gets onto your stamps. So give it a good scrub down, and then that's when I pull in my Stampin' Scrub. Spritz the one side, and give my stamp a little cleaning with the Stampin' Mist, and dry it on the other side. Now even when you do this, I do this every time I stamp, no matter what stamp it is. I take my scrap paper. You always have wetness still on the stamp, even though you've cleaned it on the dry side. By the time you've cleaned several stamps after you've been stamping a while, the dry side gets a little bit wet too. So you still have some ink residue coming off on that side, and it still leaves behind quite a bit of ink that comes off. So that's why I always like to stamp off on my paper, just to get rid of that as well. And then I'm ready to put my stamp away. So that's the quick and basics of stamping a background. Hopefully you found that helpful to get a nice clear image when you're using those big background stamps. Thanks for watching.